Okay, morning, folks. Welcome to the briefing on the 13th of August. Um, so, a bit of an odd couple of days of weather, really, with this low pressure system sort of lurking around over us. This sort of frontal system, this waving front that was over us yesterday, originally thought to just be a cloud feature, turned out to be a little bit more than that, and it didn't really clear up until late afternoon. There were spots of rain on it for most of the day. And that's gone away, so we're now left with another sort of waving frontal system across us for today and then tomorrow. And these really are cloud features, no more than that. And you can see they're marked as a very faint line on the chart. But what is noticeable, the reason I think they're cloud features, the little nose of high pressure that's building here, dampening them out, weakening them all the time. And also, as that's pushing in, it's compressing the isobars a little bit. So it's a bit breezier today than yesterday. And this little fella here is an interesting one. We've been watching that for the last 2 or 3 days. That's going to come across us tomorrow, but actually it looks like it's going to miss the southeast. So by tomorrow, I think it'll be very weak across us. The rain will be associated in here and go across Ireland, and I think the centre of the country, if there is any. So I think we're lucky on that one. The TAFs today, fairly short. Farnborough, all day, 228 knots. It's that out there at the moment. Southwesterly, 10k viz. There's a little bit of low cloud at the moment, which is shown here. They're saying between 7 and 10, broken at 1400 feet. Well, we've probably got broken at 500 to 600 to start off with, but it will get better as the day goes on, and they're not giving any more than that on this forecast. It's going to improve slowly and steadily as the day goes on, but it will be cloudy for most of the day. Upper winds, 20 to 25 knots, west southwesterly. 2,000 feet, 260, 20 knots, and across the centre of the country, 240, 25. You can see the cloud on the sat pic streaming in, various levels of thickness. Some of the stuff across here, you can see the slightly thicker stuff across the Midlands. There's a little bit of rain on it, just bits of drizzle. But down in the south, it's a bit more broken. And there's no rain forecast for today, and I don't think we're going to see any. Temperature wise, well, it's about average. I think 21, about average for this time of year. 21, maybe 22 degrees by the afternoon, when we see a little bit more sunshine and things break up a little bit. Now, playing with the soundings, both the predicted and the actual one, you can see this is 12 o'clock. So what we're expecting is it's clearing quite nicely by then, but there's going to be a fair amount of cloud sort of in this area here between sort of 2,500 feet and up to about 5, trapped under this inversion here in this sort of moist layer. And as the afternoon goes on, thins a little bit, but it's still got this sort of area where it's going to trap the cloud. So I think it's going to be a cloudy day with breaks, and perhaps getting a little bit better later in the afternoon. The actual ascent shows that inversion in more detail. There it is there. And that's at about sort of 2,000 meters, somewhere around 6,000 feet. So whatever happens, it's going to trap cloud in there, coming and going, spread out during the day, and certainly during the afternoon, we're going to see some of that, spoiling our sunshine and keeping a little bit of a lid on the temperatures. So Top Meteo, I think, is having a little bit of difficulty predicting this. What it's showing is this lower cloud to start off with around us. That's sort of up to 10 o'clock. And then as the morning goes on, breaking up into cumulus and spread out. And a similar sort of picture, that's 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, similar sort of picture all day, really. No rain, as you can see on the charts. And the thermals topping out, they're saying about 3,500 feet. So getting going late morning probably, with some soaring activity and by early afternoon they're saying 1400 meters. I think that might be a tad optimistic, judging by how moist the air actually is and where it's coming from. So I think round here more like about 2,500 to 3,000 feet, perhaps inland, maybe 3,000 to 3,500 feet. And really remaining soarable for most of the day into the afternoon. We're going to see change here, obviously, with the sea air coming in later on in the afternoon, as you'd expect. But fairly consistent picture, steady wind all day from the southwest. And their suggested distance is just here. It shows the breeze from the southwest, and purples, which suggests sort of 1 to 200, maybe 300k at best. I think it's a little bit on the optimistic side, folks, knowing what it's like in a southwesterly. From here, I think local soaring, maybe 100, maybe even 200k if you're really optimistic and perhaps a bit lucky with the weather. Okay, so not a bad day. It's just got to take a little bit of a while to clear the cloud and improve this morning, but we should be flying out there fairly shortly. Okay, in terms of airspace wise, there's been you have to re-register on the NATS website, and my usual sources of NOTAMs seem to have frozen for the moment. So I'll just cover what's going on this one here, which I know is accurate. So 7 is Southampton's hours of operation, irrelevant to us. 14, 15 is high intensity radio transmissions from Boscombe down. Not anything we need to worry about. 17 is just the danger area notification service and crossing service, which is not available. And 18, the large one here, is again Cardiff Airport's hours of operation. So in and around the Lasham area, nothing to worry about. Tiny events here that are relevant. An equestrian event is number 26 north of Nimpsfield, as is number 28 just south of the Birmingham zone. Other activity, Grandson Lodge have a regionals, and Husbos have a regionals, and there's air display and aerobatics at Sywell, but not active today. So really there is very, very little that's actually going on in the south of England at the moment. Operationally on the airfield, we'll be on 2-3, I think, folks. It's strong enough to actually justify going on that runway. And there are no forecast jet movements or Navajos coming in and out today. So all quiet on that front. As I say, we'll get the gliders out fairly shortly, hopefully get going by mid-morning. And good luck. I'll see you out there. If not, I'll see you at the briefing tomorrow.